Hey guys, Furum here, and today I'm going to be testing the W Motors Fenyr Supersport in multiplayer in Asphalt 8. I won this car a while back but never made a video about it, so here you go. My rank is 1724, and I have a tuning of 1515 and am Pro Kits 5050. The reason I have the 1 on acceleration handling was because I did not know anything about multiplayer tuning when the Fenyr first came out, and I just did 1111 on it. So yeah, unfortunately you cannot downgrade cars. So while it does not start up super fast, it's definitely enough to get going quite quickly. It also drifts very well, and I honestly like its drifting better at 1 on handling or even 0 on handling than I would at 5 on handling, because at 5, I believe its drifting is the most sensitive in the entire game, even more so than the FXX. Now, all the races in this video were recorded before the new multiplayer matchmaking system came about, and I have a video up on my channel called Make Asphalt 8 Multiplayer Great Again about why I believe the old multiplayer matchmaking system is superior to the new one. In that video, I talked about a petition that was created by somebody in Purple Team to revert the multiplayer matchmaking system to the one that you will see in this video. Again, in this video is the old multiplayer matchmaking system, and if they don't change it back, this very well could be the last video on YouTube that has it. However, there is still hope. The petition has reached nearly 1,200 signatures as of right now, and I have received word the Gameloft is considering the petition along with all of the other feedback that they have gotten, so hopefully we still have a chance. So in this first race, we have beat a Rizvani Beast Alpha. In this race, we are facing 2 higher-ranked Apollos and a lower-ranked Rizvani Beast. Now, as you can see here, they do start up quite a bit faster than me, and the reason the matchmaking is bad is because I was not risking points at the time because I was free racing, because in Champion League, this is not a great car to use. And actually, a huge disadvantage to the new multiplayer matchmaking system is the fact that risking points now does nothing. You can risk points and it won't make a difference. You'll still face max pro Apollos in your 1684 Apollo. It's horrible. So yes, I really hope the old multiplayer matchmaking system comes back, but if it doesn't, think of this video as kind of a tribute to it. And we will probably know in a few days whether or not they're going to change it back, because they were testing it this season. And if it does not change back next season, I honestly don't think there's much hope for the old system returning. So I really do hope Gameloft listens to the majority of the players, because every poll I've seen, except for one, and I've seen quite a few polls about this, have had the old system leading in terms of votes, and some by quite a lot. And for those people out there who think 1,200 signatures on a petition is not nearly enough, you go and try to find 1,200 different people who support the new system. I'm pretty sure you're not going to find that many. So we have finished this race in second position, past that Rizvani because we went the right route where he went left, and although we lost to the 1742 Apollo, we did beat that Rizvani as well as a 1787 Apollo. That's pretty good. Now for a race against a 1745 Apollo and a 1768 Fenyr 1. Now at this rank, the Fenyr goes approximately 301-ish miles per hour if I'm remembering correctly, which is rather slow for its rank, and its acceleration is just average, so while it's not any king of multiplayer or anything, it's not horrible either, and if you can drive it pretty well, you can beat some much more overpowered cars in it. So now for a little bit of a story. The Porsche Carrera GT Championship disappeared for me a day before it was supposed to, but thankfully they brought it back because a bunch of people submitted forms to customer care saying that it had happened to them as well, and so I have in fact started that championship. I will hopefully be getting that car. I honestly don't know how good it will do with the new multiplayer matchmaking system, but we will see. I'll probably wait till next season to test any more cars in Asphalt 8, just in case it changes back. But I'll probably try to win the Carrera GT with the standard 05005050 speed tune, so that I can build upon it no matter which multiplayer matchmaking system we end up with. And here we beat this higher ranked Fenyr 1. Okay, so this is quite an interesting race. I'm not up against too much of competition, however, something really weird happens at the beginning. So I go in here as usual, but then this car bumps me from behind, and I fly up and wreck, getting airtime on Azure Coast of all tracks. And here we see, yet again, one of the beauties of the old multiplayer matchmaking system. If you make a mistake and your car is faster, you actually have a chance to catch up. With the new system, if you make a mistake, you're toast, unless everybody else makes mistakes as well, because everybody else is going about the same speed. But here, if you work and get a car that is faster, you will generally be able to come back from mistakes better, as you should, with a car that you worked harder for. And just like I predicted, when this new multiplayer matchmaking system first came out, the veterans of the game are leaving, right and left. It is so much more difficult to reach any of the higher leagues now, because all the people in Pro and Champion are getting paired with people in Amateur League with horrible cars that go just as fast as they do, to, and so they lose a bunch of points. And because they get absolutely no advantage anymore from all the hard work and resources they put into this game, as well as all their time, they are quitting. This is what I said would happen. A lot of people didn't believe me, but there you go. And I myself, unfortunately, am also considering quitting Asphalt 8 if the old multiplayer matchmaking system doesn't come back, because multiplayer is the #1 thing that I enjoy, or used to enjoy, in Asphalt 8. And now it's not so much anymore, and I really have no purpose to play, except for making videos for you guys. So that is why I am trying to not quit. I'm going to keep going as long as I can, but I'm warning you, it may get to the point where I just say, nope, I'm moving to Asphalt 9 fully. I certainly hope that doesn't happen, but it's a very real possibility, because I am really having a lot more fun in Asphalt 9 right now than in Asphalt 8, and I almost have to force myself to play this game, because most of what I do now is farming, because I have to farm for the Porsche Carrera, and then I have to go farm for the Alfieri, which came out before the Porsche Championship even finished, meaning we have 2 events at once that we have to farm for and go through, and I have no real motivation, because the Carrera GT with the old multiplayer matchmaking system would have been a very good car, but now it's not, and I have no reason to go for it when it could get beat by a Sesto Elemento. But I will do it for you guys. Alright, so even though we wrecked at the beginning of this race and got put back into last place, we have now managed to climb all the way back up to 4th, and thankfully the guy directly ahead of us wrecks on something, I'm not exactly sure what, so we come into 3rd position. Then we take the final turns and come in 3rd place. Not great, but definitely better than last. So we lost to 2 Max Prod Apollos, which wouldn't happen if we risked points in this old system. However, we did beat a Max Prod Homage in MP431. Now for a race against a Max Prod Apollo, a 1745 Razvani, and a 1717 Vulcan. Again, all of these cars start up faster than me. This car's initial acceleration is not especially great. The Vulcan got knocked down back there, or he wrecked on something. I'm not exactly sure what, but we have 2 laps, and you will see throughout this race that the Vulcan does not catch up quite as fast as I thought he would. And now the Apollo just wrecked. So now we have both of these faster cars on our tail with the Razvani ahead, and I believe the Razvani is faster as well by like 5-ish miles per hour. But the car directly behind us right now is in fact that Apollo, who is going a good like 16 miles per hour faster than us. And you may be thinking, okay, well the new system would negate that. Actually, no. If you race in a car like this, you will still meet Max Prod Apollos, because it doesn't do that great of a job even with what it's supposed to do. At least with the old system, if you risk points, you have a pretty good chance to not find them. Anyways, he is catching up behind us quite quickly now, as I said, a good 16 miles per hour faster than us, and yeah, there's no way I'm going to hold him off the entirety of the 2nd lap, and as it turns out, I'm not able to. However, we still do have that Vulcan back there, so this Apollo passes us finally around these turns. He was, in fact, quite a good driver, except for that wreck, I guess, but all great drivers make mistakes. So I guess the other thing really holding me to Asphalt 8 at this point, besides making videos, is the fact that there should be a new track coming in the next update. You guys remember the teaser? It's going to be in Romania, near the Corvin Castle, I believe it is. And I am very excited to see that track. And also, Asphalt 9 should be getting its first update since the worldwide release. I don't know when, but it is coming. So that Apollo and Razvani are long gone, however that Vulcan is somewhere still back there. I have no idea where he is, and the weird thing is he's probably a good 10 miles per hour faster than me, at least. Unless he tuned completely wrong, in which case, I'm sorry. But we jump the final gap, go around the final turns, and manage to come in 3rd position, losing to an Apollo and Razvani, but beating a Vulcan. So I hope I've shown throughout this video that while the Fenyr is definitely inferior to these other 3 cars in this race, it can pull out some wins against them if they make some mistakes or you simply drive better than they do. So for our final race in the video, we are facing one of my Asphalt 8 friends, driver IND Subankar, in his 1729 Fenyr Supersport, which actually goes about 2 to 3 miles per hour slower than me. See, that's another problem with the new multiplayer system. It takes all the strategy out of finding tunes. Now the Asphalt 8 tuner is basically useless, because now it's not try to find the fastest speed at the lowest rank, it's try to find the fastest acceleration at whatever speed. And finding the best possible tune for the rank was one of my favorite things to do in this game, and if the new system stays, well then I will have no use to do it anymore. Gameloft, please, please bring back the old system. So we are coming near the end of this race. It is, as I said, the final race of the video. And I guess I kind of said this earlier, but my finishing thoughts on this car is basically, it's kind of an average car, not especially great in anything, but decently fun to drive. But in the new multiplayer system, it'll probably be even worse than it is now, because it really does not accelerate all that fast. So here we beat this lower ranked 1-1, as well as the other W Motors Fenyr Supersport. And I actually raced him again in this race here. I'm just showing the end of the race because it wasn't all that great of a race, but we do take a pretty good selfie. Maybe the final selfie on YouTube in the old multiplayer system. I certainly hope not, but if it is, that's what this will be remembered as. Oh yeah, and I'm probably going to hit 11,000 subscribers in just a couple days, so I will get to work on my YouTube story as a special for that. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like this video if you've enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt 8 and Asphalt 9 content. And that's a pretty good selfie. I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!